We have an art soliciting problem, and it goes both ways. From wannabe clients trying to go and solicit free art from artists, or artists trying to get money by getting commissions. And that might sound fine and dandy, except they go into random people's DMs trying to solicit commissions from people that didn't ask for it. There's some stories that I want to share with you guys. This is a tale as old as time. We have this thread that was posted to Twitter by user Not Charlie's Law, writing how to tell when somebody might be using you for art. A thread, and this is like an example thread, I'm guessing, but these are great examples because it happens all the time. The client is like, could you draw me too? And Charlie's like, sorry, I only really feel like drawing friends. And they're like, how can I be your friends? Solid rule number one. If somebody only wants to be your friend to get something out of it, they don't want to be your friend. And unfortunately, that is actually a difficult reality to learn because there's a fair amount of people in life that are only trying to befriend other people for personal gain, be it free art or money or social standings. Sucks to see it, man. And side story, I don't think I'm a big creator. I don't think I'm that cool, right? I'm just a normal ass person. But like, I will hear from my friends and they will hear from people around them being like, oh my God, I really want to be friends with Kat. Like, how do I get in with Kat? Like, you're always hanging out with her. Like, let me hang out with her too. Can you just not be weird? If you buy me boba though. I'm kidding. Charlie continues, these are just example scenarios, just so you know. It's made with an alt account, but stuff like this did happen to me and they're based on my experience. Things can vary. They'll constantly keep dropping hints and they'll try to make you feel bad. So in this example, Charlie's, I guess, like talking to them, being like, yep, I'm all right, getting some comms done. And the hypothetical scammer is like, ooh, nice. No one ever draws me. Would be really nice to see him drawn in your style. You don't have to though. And that's how the guilt tripping is always done, right? Because they like try to make it seem like there's an out. They're like, oh, like, woe is me. Nobody ever makes me art. But like, no pressure. Have you ever thought about the fact that like maybe you haven't gotten that much art of your OC because you didn't, I don't know, pay for it? And that if you did pay for it, you would get art of your OC. That's just how it works. Like, oh no, nobody ever buys me milk tea. I would love to get some milk tea. Or I just drive myself to Chagi and go buy it myself. Surprise. Charlie adds, they'll tell you what you want to hear. Too much. They'll laugh at every joke. They will praise you for everything. So in this example, the person says, what's wrong with your art? And Charlie says, well, I want to get better at drawing. The anatomy is still a bit off to me. And they're like, you're the best artist there is. You'll always be better than me. I can't even draw a circle, lol. I don't get how anybody doesn't like it. They're just jealous, lol. You're obviously better than them. You're always amazing. And Charlie's like, well, I wouldn't go that far. And Charlie adds, they'll always try too hard to be your friend. So here they're trying to ask to be Charlie's friend. And Charlie's like, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. Just be somebody I enjoy talking to. And they're like, well, maybe I could be your friend if we get to know each other. What games do you like? And Charlie adds, they'll conveniently find themselves in scenarios to guilt you into giving in. And they're like, how much are your commissions? I'm looking for a half body. Charlie's like, ooh, my half body is 35. And they're like, ugh, that's a lot. I only have $15. That's all I'll have for a long time. Man, everything's so expensive now. Never mind. I'm so sorry. Also, look at the like guilt tripping in here. By the way, I've made so many videos of art scammers and nightmare clients. This, by the way, is a tactic. Scammy clients will use this tactic, okay? I've covered it in multitude of stories where you tell them the price. They're like, oh, price for a full body VTuber model, $800. And they're like, well, $800 is a lot. Like, money is really tight for me right now and I can't afford to put food on the table and I'm like starving. Can you do it for like 400? Hello? Like, if you ask for the artist price, it's fine if you can't afford it because this economy, it's rough out here, right? Don't go and harass and bully and try to guilt trip the artist to get a lower price. Art is a luxury. And the whole thing about luxuries is that not everybody can have them. You can want a luxury, and I hope you can afford it, right? But like, there's gonna be times where because it's a luxury product, if money's a little tight, you can't afford it, and that's fine. Like, yo, a Chanel flap is $10,000, you know? Like, I want one. I'm not gonna buy it. In this economy, hell no. $10,000 can do way better good than buying a random bag. But you know what I mean, right? Charlie adds these weird jokes. And they're like, draw me, draw me, draw me, draw me, draw me. Ooh, ooh. And Charlie's like, dude. And they're like, I'm joking. Other signs. They'll freak out whenever you do draw them or do anything remotely nice. They'll suddenly start being extremely kind or flirtatious with you whenever you do something remotely nice. And they'll be really upset when you say no. Thank you for reading. The nicest people are usually the people that get used the most. You have all the right to say no. And this I completely agree. Because a lot of the victims of scams, it's the kindest people. Because you're kind. You want to like give benefit of doubt. You want to be like, oh, I'm completely understanding. No one's ever drawn you. I want to be able to help fulfill that dream for you. And that's totally fine. But like, don't bend over backwards, you know, because this person is clearly just trying to use you. And the whole comments, it's all full of people saying things like, dang, this happened to me before. This happened to me. Somebody literally just did this to me. Ugh, that sucks, man. Another user, Acacia Dust on Twitter, posted this that went really viral, 14,000 likes, writing, stop befriending artists just to get free art. Art is a luxury, and just because your friend is an artist doesn't mean they will constantly make you free art. You also cannot expect artists to work all day, every day. We are humans behind the screen with real life. Which, like, okay, look, by the way, I'm just saying, if you are genuinely friends with this person and you're an artist, wouldn't you want to commission them with money so that they get money? Like, I don't know, right? Like, I feel like that would typically be like the reasonable line of thinking. Like, oh, my friend is an artist and they're so talented and I want art. I'm gonna give them money so that I can get art and my friend gets money. Yay. There's so many people who will try to do this. And again, this goes, by the way, beyond just art, but into other things as well. Services, access to things, right? Where there's nothing wrong if your friend has access to something cool. You kind of being like, yo, you wanna hook me up a little bit, homie? You know what I mean? But it's like this should not be your sole reason for trying to be friends with somebody. Otherwise, you're just taking advantage of them. And again, it's always the kindest people being taken advantage of, which sucks. This is another post that I saw on my timeline. I don't know why there was just so many of these on my timeline recently, which is why I wanted to talk about this. This is posted by user Goodnight Nix, writing, artists who take commissions. Please don't do this. Seriously. And I just want to show you, by the way, this is like a common MO that scammers will use. So just keep this in mind. So they approach and say, hey, how's it going? Also, I just thought it was funny. This convo started February 13th, like Friday the 13th. And they're like, fine. And the artist is like, glad to hear that. What do you do, by the way? And they're like, what do you mean? And the artist says, means what do you do for work, games, study? And they're like, oh, I'm a full-time student. And they're like, that's good. By the way, I'm Annie. Who about you? And Nick says, not to be rude, but is there a reason you DM me? Usually when non-mutuals DM me, they want something. So is there anything I can help you with? Yo, I like a straight shooter. So I like how they're like straight to the point. And the artist is like, well, do you have an OC? And Nix is like, yeah. And the artist is like, can I see a full body? And Nix is like, why? And they're like, I would love to see it. I've got a really interesting idea. Do you want to hear it? And Nix, again, clocking it right away. Not if it involves commissions, because I have no money. And the artist is like, my prices are reasonable. And Nix is like, I had a feeling this is what the DM was about. I don't need or want to commission artists. And even if I did, it would be my mutuals. You're not the first to try this method and you won't be the last. You're going to get blocked. I'm just curious if like the artists who do this, if they have a decent success rate, because I don't imagine they would. Right? Like, I can't imagine going around cold DMing people being like, you want to commission me? Please commission me. Please give me money. Like, I can't imagine how there would be a reasonable success rate from doing that. And this goes in line with something that I've talked about recently, which is the Indonesian art black market ring. And if you guys haven't heard about that, I will have the video linked down below. This is like an MO these black market art rings do. These are basically companies spearheaded by middlemen that likely have absolutely no idea how art works. They then hire artists for dirt cheap prices basically, and they hire admins. And what they do is the artist will get told, okay, here's a commission, make this, and they'll pay the artist pennies. They'll be like $3 for a VTuber model. And they will turn around and sell the artwork to a Western client for like $500, and they will pocket literally all the other money. The artist will not see it. The admin, who also gets paid pennies, their job is to go and solicit art. So they all act as one person. It'll operate under like typically one account or like a little studio. It's all multiple people. And the admin has to reach out and DM all these people to try to get as many commissions as possible. Or potentially there's penalties, etc. It's all awful and it sucks. And it happens a lot in Indonesia. But by the way, this doesn't mean every Indonesian artist is a scammer. This is just where this scam specifically is located. But this is a big MO of these scammers and it sucks. It sucks for everybody involved. And the middlemen, there is no need for middlemen in art, man, because all they're doing is skimming 97% of profits and leaving all the actual people who did the work left with nothing. So it absolutely sucks. But I'll have it linked down below if you want to see the full story about that. If somebody DMs you like this, drop that 2-letter word, okay? Because you don't owe anybody anything. If somebody DMs you, can you get free art? You don't owe them free art. They didn't pay you. And if somebody's DMing you, commission me, You don't owe them a commission. What? That's not how that works. So, I'm just curious about your experiences. Have you guys experienced something like this? I thankfully haven't experienced it in a really long time because I closed my DMs. So I've suddenly avoided all the bots, thankfully. But in the past, flooded with these bots. It still kind of is. Like, you get the message requests and it's all the crypto bots. And I'm like, dude, no, I'm not buying your pump and dump crypto scheme. So if you like this video, I appreciate it. If you like it, subscribe. Don't forget to check me out on Etsy. I have digital art for streamers and creators. I also have a coffee with free resources like a free sponsorship guide. And I stream on Twitch Mondays and Saturdays at 6 p.m. Thursdays, I started a podcast with my friends. So it's 7:30. So I hope to catch y'all there or in another video. Peace.